7 negotiation skills that every graphic designer can benefit from. I'm aiDr, I'm running trademark engineer, and I'm sitting over 16,000 followers. And these are my suggestions for negotiation skills every graphic designer needs to know. Number 1, this ever happened to you? I'm interested in your work. How much do you charge? Thanks, I charge 400 for designs. This happened with me for the longest until I started making something different. My first goal started becoming to scope the business expenses, and I started asking like how many workers did they had, like what do they work with and stuff like that. And in my mind, I started making like a budget range. Then eventually, as soon as we progressed and they were like warm to hot, I started asking them like what's their budget range. And when I took the budget range I had in my head and the budget range that they actually asked, I take it up and make 3 packages, with different perks. If they say, for example, that their budget is 700, I would do something like a $400 package and put in like 3 perks. Then I would put something like an $800 package, which is a little bit above what his price is, and I could tone it down or tone it up. But yeah, then it would have like 6 7 perks, and the other one would be like 1.1k, 1.2, and it would have more perks. And just by doing that, I don't actually feel daunted when I have bigger work, and the person also be getting the best of me. Number 2, the fastest way to lose a client is to jump directly to try to sell something or to try to make them feel persuaded or something like that. Most clients, when they come to you, they're actually or cold or they're warm. But what does it mean when a client's cold or when a client's warm or when a client's hot? When a client's cold, it actually means that they're not yet ready to be sold to, at least by you. They have not seen enough, or they're not feeling that confident in your product to actually buy from you. And when they're warm, they're aware of your services and stuff like that, and they're scoping on what's your price and certain stuff like that, just so they can advance with the purchase. And then when they're hot is when like they're ready. They're asking for like the payment links and stuff like that. Your goal is to take them from cold to hot. After you get them to hot, you'll see that you won't even need to ask them about money or nothing like that. They'll be the ones calling you to pay you. Number 3, as soon as they respond, start thinking of making samples. More often than not, you'll get positive replies from people if you're pitching to give them like free work or doing like free samples for them. So a lot of times you'll get like positive replies, not always though, but more often than not. As soon as you get a DM back for them, in your mind, in the back of your mind, just have it in like you're eventually going to do a sample for them. It becomes less daunting along the way, and it formulates your mind to actually start thinking like this. And as soon as they reply back, you start figuring out how you're going to pitch them. Number 4, ever been in this situation where you're texting a client and everything's going well, and all of a sudden he starts ghosting you? I've been there too many times that I would like to count. I don't know if it's always, but one of the things that made me notice that this happened with me frequently was because I was always on the chat and I was there scoping to when the customer was typing and all like that. Overall, I didn't take more than like 2-3 minutes to answer always, and as soon as I got a message from them, I would instantly be glued to the phone. It made me look a lot less professional, and it made me look more of like a scammer. Instead of me being like reciprocate of what he does in terms of like the time he takes to answer the messages, if he sends audio messages, if he sends text messages, mirroring them was the biggest difference that I did to actually start making some of them stay. Number 5, for someone who's still aiming to land their first couple of clients, you shouldn't be worrying about too much about the money. Now, hear me out on this. I know that you want to be paid, but listen to me in this aspect. Not only does shooting up for like having big numbers like $2,000 going to lose you a ton of clients, it also won't be able to make you get the reps in to actually be able to charge those actual $2,000, $3,000. A construction worker once told me that when he was signing to new wealthy clients, he would usually charge them very cheaper than he used to, you know? And then when he's like within the circle and he's trusted, he gradually increased the prices. He started making so much money, not only with him, but with the wealthy man's friend group as well. Because in any situation that construction was involved, he was suggested to the other friends. And then the other friends started calling them. And then the prices started increasing just like that. That's how you increase the prices. Don't run to it, just make it worth it. Number six, learn to say no. Sometimes it might just be favors, or sometimes it might be some nonsensical revisions that they want to do on work that's already fine. You have to learn to say no. Number seven, I was scared of the undeniable part that came with every one of my customers, which was when we were parting ways. Because I knew that when I said bye to that customer, it could be a easy 7 months strain without having another one. I have been for longer though, but 7 months was the time that I actually almost went crazy. And slowly but surely, I started seeing getting customers as with different eyes, you know. What I started doing different, and I wish that like if I can change someone in watching this video just to like start doing this sooner, it might make you the whole difference. Stop worrying about like one and done. Like if you charge a fee for a one-time job, if you're trying to talk to a client or if you're talking to a client at the moment, try to make the package in such a way that you're working for them in a monthly basis, you know, consistently monthly or weekly, some in a basis, in a recurring basis, you know. And I guarantee you that you won't worry. You'll have a more calculated and a more maintained income stream that won't let you down ever. If you want a longer list, just comment longer.